Beautiful seaside course here at Sea Island Golf Club, in the Golden Isles of Georgia on St. Simon's Island for the SEC Men's Golf Championship. The semifinals were washed away yesterday. Instead, they're being played right now, and the championship match will be later this afternoon. Temperatures in the high 60s, and the wind is always a factor here on the seaside course. With Steve Milnick and Doug Bell, I'm Taylor Zarzer. Let's take a look at what's going on in the semifinals right now. Alabama and Vanderbilt are playing on one side of the course, with Arkansas and Texas A&M on the other side. This is match 4 between Alabama and Vanderbilt. Thomas Ponder and William Mole are tied up, Steve, as they play the ninth.
Yeah, this is not unexpected. I see Alabama and Vandy kind of being equal teams. This will be a tight match to the end. It's no surprise this match is tied right now.
Ponder, the sophomore from Dothan, Alabama. Well read and will make his par, but Mole will have a chance to go one up in the match. Vanderbilt leads the other 4 matches here in the early going of the semifinals. This is William Furr, who is 1 down on the 10th hole to Harrison Ott. These two have some history together, Steve.
Well, they do. Wilson Furr was a medalist at stroke play at the amateur at Bandon Dunes, won by Tyler Strafacci, and he got beat in the round of 32 by his opponent today.
And Ott with the 1-up lead, though. Furr did just win the 9th hole. And he pours it in for birdie at the 10th.
Alabama 4, Vanderbilt 4. The hole is tied. Vanderbilt 1 up in the Vanderbilt.
So staying 1 up as we go to the 11th, as that was a par putt, but a fist pump nonetheless for Furr to stay 1 down in his match. And again, Vanderbilt leading in 4 of the 5 matches in that semifinal matchup. Arkansas in very good shape on the other side of the course. They're leading in 3 matches, and the other 2 are tied. And there you have it right there. Cole Sherwood off to a hot start. 5 up with 5 to go. Davenport, Ott, and Rydell with slim 1-up lead margins. Ponder and Mole tied. In the other semifinal, Texas A&M knocked off the top seed Georgia Bulldogs yesterday in the quarterfinals. They're going to have to get to work, trailing in 3 matches at the moment. Matches 3 and 5 are tied up.
Seaside seems to bring out the best in Arkansas. They love match play. They love it here at Seaside, and they continue their good play this morning.
Defending champions won the last time we had this event in 2019. This is the individual champion from this week, Segundo Oliva Pinto. He's 2 up in his match on Walker Lee through 12 holes.
Taylor, this is the toughest par 4 on the golf course here at Seaside. And with all the wind we had early this week, this was a brutal par 4.
Big miss for Oliva Pinto there. Will have a tough up and down left. Just a moment ago, this is Mole. His 3rd shot after Ponder's birdie putt just slid by. So this is to win the hole. And he hits it up there to 2 feet. So they'll stay tied through their first 9 holes.
What a difference a day makes. Yesterday we had storms, both yesterday afternoon, last night, and here we are, gorgeous day.
It's perfect. It's going to be in the low 70s throughout the entire day for the semis and for the finals. J.P. Cave is 1 down to Reed Davenport as they play the 11th hole. This freshman from Mobile, Alabama, putting for birdie.
Cup up at the top of the green here at 11. Kind of a canted green from top to bottom.
Big breaker.
Ooh.
Slides it by and is not in the hole yet. Jay Sewell, the head coach, comes in and says, pick it up, let's move on. With Davenport in there tight for birdie, that means he's now 2 up as they go to their 12th hole. Commodores won the match play portion of this event in 2017, the first time the format switched to match play. Davis Shore is 1 down to Matthew Rydell on 9. Senior from Knoxville, Tennessee, from the middle of the fairway. He leaves himself a good look at birdie. He beat Jack Wall yesterday to put the Crimson Tide in this position. With the SEC individual champion Steve Milnick, I'm Taylor Zarzer. They're playing for this trophy behind us. Steve, I know this means so much to you as a Florida Gator, winning this and winning the individual title.
I think any time a program begins the year, they have in mind the conference championship, and this has been a fabulous place to host it each year. And I don't think you'll find any complaints among any of the players or any of the coaches after play here at Seaside.
And boy, has it shown its teeth so far this week. Fighting the wind, there were cold temperatures Wednesday and Thursday. This might be the best day for scoring.
It's softer, you know, with all that rain we had last night. Greens are more receptive. I think you see a lot of shots fired at the flagstick, which previous to today, they kind of picked their spots where they could go for it.
Quarterfinals happened yesterday morning, but the semifinals were washed away due to the storm. So the semis and the championship matches happening on this beautiful Sunday in the Golden Isles of Georgia. And as you see with the flag whipping in the wind there, it'll always be a factor. Better be able to control your ball flight. This is the 4th hole. Oliva Pinto 2 up on Walker Lee through 12 holes. They started on 10.
When you stand on this tee, you say, how can I make par? That's all you think about. Don't think about birdie. Try to avoid bogey or worse. How do I make par?
Oliva Pinto is going to have a long par putt left. This is Walker Lee, the senior from Houston, Texas. Lost in 19 holes to Georgia's Trent Phillips in the quarterfinals. Long birdie attempt. And we'll have about 6 feet left. Aggies ranked 11th in the nation. But came in as the number 8 seed, barely getting into the match play portion. This is Reed Davenport, 2 up on the tee on the par 3 12th for Vanderbilt.
Really a pretty par 3, playing down breeze today, pin in the front. You see the ball hit and stick. That didn't happen earlier in the week.
Terrific shot for the junior from Austin, Texas. See if Cave can answer. Alabama's had an up and down season, ranked 37th in the nation. Of course, Coach Sewell's won 2 national championships and been to the championship round in the NCAA 2 other times. Nice shot by Cave. He'll putt first from outside 10 feet.
Hard to believe this is Jay's 19th year coaching at Alabama.
What a career he has had with the Crimson Tide. Back to Oliva Pinto. 2 up, but a long par putt here on the 4th green.
The greens here at Seaside are wonderful, but you've got to be cognizant of the grain, Taylor. This is right back into the grain here, and this is what I call you can have a 2-way miss. You can overread the grain, or if you mishit it, then it's going to grab it. Ooh.
And the hole grabbed it there. Oliva Pinto with a fist pump. Nice par saving putt. Junior from Cordoba, Argentina, the individual champion this week. Doug Bell is watching this match between Harrison Ott and Wilson Furr.
Taylor, a great match. Harrison out of Vanderbilt will go first from 165 over on the right side of the fairway. Lands center of the green, does spin back, but he'll have a birdie opportunity. He's one up in this match. Iron play has been terrific for Harrison Ott, not only today, but his entire career at Vanderbilt.
Great ball striker, senior from Brookfield, Wisconsin. One up in his match over Wilson Furr. Just on the other side of that dune, Steve.
Interesting, your point about where he's from. There are 9 players on the bandy golf team, 5 of which are from Texas. We got 4 Texans on the bandy team this week.
This is the lone guy that's from the north being Ott. Up against this guy, Wilson Furr, who's a senior from Jackson, Mississippi for Alabama, the team captain. Furr has a lot of experience in this event. Beat Jack Parrott of South Carolina 2-1 in the quarterfinals yesterday.
Furr has 162, gentlemen. Again, uphill lie, wind back in his face, trying to get to the back right-hand corner of the hole location. And he lands over on that right side, does spin over just up on the collar. Both players will have good birdie looks, difficult green. Again, Ott is one up.
Let's go to the 9th. Rydell versus Shore. Shore one down in the match, has this for birdie. Slides by. And so Shore will remain one down as they head to the 10th. Back to the Aggies and the Hogs. This is Walker Lee to stay 2 down. And he slides it by. Oliva Pinto with that long par make is 3 up in his match now through 13 holes. Razorbacks lead in 4 matches, and Vanderbilt leads in 4 matches in the semifinals here at Sea Island Golf Club. Yes.
Good job.
Yeah. I could do this for days with you. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Perfect.
The only thing we're missing is beer.
What time is it? It is 10:15.
81st edition of the SEC Men's Golf Championship. Wilson Furr one down, putting for birdie on the 11th green, Doug.
From 20 feet, putting through a shadow, uphill, big right to left swinger. Looking for to make that turn up by the hole, and it does late. Kind of motions with his right hand. Thought it was going to break a little quicker, a little sooner. That par putt will be conceded, and now Harrison Ott with a chance to go 2 up in just a moment.
check on what's happening here on 12. Reed Davenport for birdie after Cave missed his. And just slides by. And you see what Cave has left now for par. We go back to 11. Now Wilson Furr's birdie attempt, Doug.
Well, Furr gets the 2-putt par, so Harrison Ott an opportunity to go 2 up through 11. This putt is uphill. He can be aggressive. Let's see if he can ram it home. On the way at the hole, looks good. Oh, it just scorched the left edge. So 2 pars here at 11 at a difficult par 4. The wind is really howling out here. Harrison Ott from Vandy will stay 1 up through 11.
And Davenport will stay 2 up through 12 as Cave did make his par putt for Alabama. Some practice putting and match play.
Which you can do, well within the rules. You know, Ott really struggled at stroke play, Taylor. He was 229. He was, you know, that's not his best golf, but here he is playing well today at match play.
Yeah, he shot 78 and 77 the first 2 days in challenging conditions, but look how beautiful it is today. Just a stunning golf course. Originally built in 1927, opened 2 years later. Harry Colt and Charles Allison, the designers. And then Tom Fazio came in here just over 20 years ago and has done a sensational job to this place that hosts the RSM Classic every November and the SEC Championship in the spring.
Tom took what were really good bones here at Seaside and combined them into what is now a championship venue.
On 10, Ponder putting first and knocking it in. So Alabama, who did not lead in any match until this hole, has a chance to go 1 up. William Mole can answer, though, the sophomore from Houston, Texas.
Played 3 solid rounds of stroke play, 213. That's par here, 70. It's a tough par 70.
Just 3 over par over 3 days, which is pretty good, using that claw grip. And stays 1 up, or stays tied, rather. Mole and Ponder tied. And again, Vanderbilt leading in the other 4 matches. Up to the par 3 12th. We just watched Cave and Davenport play, and now it's Ott and Furr on the tee trying to manage the wind near the water there, Doug.
Yeah, this is a difficult par 3 today, playing 180 yards, just 8 paces from the front right portion of this green. And the wind is really howling, so Wilson Furr will back off for the moment. Again, he's 1 down. Getting some help now from the breeze coming off the channel. Those 2 beacons are in the back. An absolutely gorgeous Sunday morning here at Seaside. Breathtaking view. Furr throws it up into that breeze. Moving it from right to left. And just misses the green over the right side. Goes down to that collection area. That's the short side. That'll be a tricky little up and down for Furr.
Managing the wind on that 12th tee is so difficult.
A lot of times when you play a short iron down breeze, the wind actually knocks it down. I think that's what happened for that shot there.
We mentioned the history between these two. Furr shot a course record 62 at Bandon Trails to be the medalist of stroke play at the U.S. Amateur last August at Bandon Dunes. Before this man, Ott, knocked him out in the round of 32.
Ott will bring it in left to right, giving it some body lean in that direction. And he lands safely on the green. Again, that's a tough hole location, front right. He's in a good spot about 25 feet away.
Smart shot. We go to 10. Davis Shore 1 down to Matthew Rydell.
You know, we've heard Davis's name so long, it's like he's a 5th or 6th year senior, but he's certainly been a good player for Alabama all these many years. That came up short, likely in the big bunker there.
Yesterday on the 17th green, he hit one inside 10 feet. So did South Carolina's Jack Wall. Shore made the putt, which propelled Alabama into the semifinals. Senior from Knoxville, Tennessee. Back near where Mr. Melnick won his individual title.
We did. Trust me, the course we played on wasn't like this one. In fact, about a year after we played there, the golf course turned into a regional mall.
They thought so much of your performance.
I think it was called Dean Hills, as a matter of fact. And it is but an afterthought.
They moved this tournament around for many years, but they have found a home here.
Yeah, and Sea Island's really embraced being the host here. They really bought into this, and it's so good for college golf. And I think these guys look forward to coming back to Seaside every year.
Rydell, the sophomore from Houston. Outstanding shot. Leave himself an uphill birdie putt just there off of the green on the fringe. He's one up there on the 10th. On the 13th hole, Reed Davenport for Vanderbilt is 2 up playing in.
One of the prettiest holes on the golf course. Dogleg left around the marsh. That's a little long, but playable from back there.
I'm more interested in the redfish you said that are right there off of the water.
That's called Kings Creek. A lot of locals know about it. They get back up in their tailored and small boats, and they just fill it up.
Cave from where I'm originally from, Mobile, Alabama, UMS Wright Bulldog. He was a 4-time state champion in high school. Didn't have his best stuff yesterday morning. Lost 5-4 in the quarterfinals to South Carolina's Jamie Wilson. But he was the top individual performer this week for head coach Jay Sewell, who's talking to him now, finishing 12th at 3 over par. That young freshman blood that doesn't know about all the mistakes you can make can serve you well this week.
Would you say he might be a surprise as a freshman to come out and play this well this quickly for Alabama?
I would think so, with Furr and Shore, Thomas Ponder, Claycomb, all veterans. Yeah, terrific tee shot here. See that water behind the green moving from right to left.
The land in the far distance, that's the mainland. That's the city of Brunswick over there.
And after watching Davenport come up short, Cave hits the right club, will have 30 feet left. Now, Furr, as Doug told you, short-sighted himself here.
Yeah, guys, this is a tricky second shot. Does not wear a glove for the chip shots or pitch shots. Does for most everything else. He's come up with a good one, playing it high. Oh, what a good shot. He sticks that one. Wilson Furr should get the par, but again, Ott on the green with birdie opportunity.
Got a break that the ball can rest in the first cut, so you can slide the club under it a little bit better. The other grass is the paspalum, which is a very tight green surround grass. If you have some yippy nerves, it can get really ugly. Really great.
Rydell putting for birdie. 1 up in the match. You hear the planes that are landing at the private airfield that's hundreds of yards away.
The airport's great for corporate guests coming in and out of Sea Island, the Cloister Hotel, and for all these players on the PGA Tour who live there. About 10 or 12 of them. And if they want to, have a private plane deal, they fly right in here.
And literally next door, right on the property, Harris English, Zach Johnson, Hudson Swafford, Russell Henley, so many great players live here in the area. Harris spoke to us earlier. You'll see some of that coming up in a little bit. So Ott with this birdie putt to win the hole, Doug.
24 feet downhill, will move left to right. Standard grip for these longer putts, uses the pencil grip for the shorter ones, and he leaves himself a little knee knocker at this stage of the game. Nothing is given, so he'll throw down the mark. And both players, testy little putts coming up.
It's always fun to see the decision on whether to give a player a putt or not. Nice putt there by Davis Shore.
Good up and down for the bunker.
The hole is tied with 4. Vanderbilt remains 1 up.
Shore got up and down after missing the green short and stays 1 down.
It's a credit to the Georgia State Golf Association. The rules officials are out. There's an official with every group. Really classy.
A moment ago, we saw Reed Davenport hit it long here at 13. This is what he has left. Not enough. Steve, you mentioned the 4 Texans that are on head coach Scott Limbaugh's Vanderbilt Commodore team. Davenport, a junior from Austin, played at Westlake High School.
Yeah, they got 2 from Houston, 2 from Austin playing here this week for Vandy.
Fertile recruiting ground for Coach Limbaugh. All right, so 2 par putts here. Furr has already made his, and Ott knocks his in.
The hole is tied. Vanderbilt remains 1 up in the man.
And as you hear, still 1 up. Now to win the hole on 13 for J.P. Cave. He's 2 down.
Well done. Well judged. A little run out there at the end, and not good yet.
He needs a win on this hole. His teammates are struggling at the moment. In fact, Vanderbilt's Cole Sherwood has knocked off Cannon Claycomb 5 and 4 to get Vanderbilt their first point. You need 3 in order to advance to the finals. Commodores won this title 4 years ago, and Coach Limbaugh trying to knock off his good friend Jay Sewell. Of course, Scott worked for Jay as an assistant coach at Alabama before becoming the head coach at Vandy 9 years ago. So Davenport, after that indifferent pitch, has this left for par, Steve.
Yeah, you got to be careful when the flag sticks are what I call the corners. If you're too aggressive, you face the problems that Davenport has here behind 13. He's got to make this, in all likelihood, to have the hole and maintain his 2-up margin.
He beat Tennessee's Brandon Garrison 2-1 in the quarterfinals. And he knocks it in. Friends and family watching in the background.
How about that?
What a putt.
The indifferent pitch, the great putt.
Can mask a lot of deficiencies, can it? Gator Todd, another former Alabama guy, there in the background giving him a fist pump. So Furr now inside 4 feet has to make this to stay 2 down.
This is kind of it looks like a simple putt, Taylor, but the grain goes to his left. If you get anywhere left of the hole, it may stay there.
It's the left side and falls in. Vanderbilt leads in 4 matches, and Arkansas leads in 3. As these 4 teams are playing in the semifinals, trying to make it to Sunday afternoon's championship match.
Did you ever call the GGO at Sedgefield, or did you only call it at
Forest Oak?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Bobby Long was the difference there.
Oh, totally, completely, exclusively.
Yeah. Wilson Fur.
Thomas Ponder just a moment ago tied with William Mole as they play the 11th hole, a long birdie putt.
Oh, how good is that?
Now live, Mole has a chance to win the hole and go one up. It's at about 2.5 feet by the hole. And as we were saying, especially when your team is trailing, as Alabama is, if you're outside of a foot, you're going to have to putt out. We'll see if Mole can make that in just a moment. Davis Shore's in trouble at the 11th, Steve.
Yeah, he drove it to the right. There's some bunkers in there, waste area. You hopefully get lucky that you can get your club on the back of the ball. Begging
worked out.
Well done from there.
So about 30 feet away for Shore against Matthew Riedel, who's the sophomore from Houston's one up in the match playing from the fairway. We'll check on that in a minute. Now let's go to match 4. Mole was able to make his par putt and has the tee at the par 3. It's a popular spot.
Yeah, good leave. Putting uphill from there.
Mole, the sophomore from Houston, ranked 16th in the individual rankings that GolfStat provides. This is the 13th hole. Furr one down to Ott, and Furr needs to tie things up here, Doug.
Yes, he does, Taylor. This is a hole you don't want to be aggressive. You certainly don't want to hit it left into the marsh. Anything left here on your approach shot, and you're absolutely dead. So let's see if Wilson Furr can play it more to the middle right portion of the screen. The wind is blowing back in his face around 15 miles per hour. As the day goes on, expect gusts of wind upwards of 25 miles per hour. Not a surprise here at the Seaside course. Wilson Furr has backed off now 3 times. That wind always leaves a little doubt. Do I have the right stick? He's back into it. Elevated green, big bunker right front portion of this green. And that's not an awful spot to be today. Oh, he doesn't like it.
That's left, isn't it, Doug?
Yeah, it looks like it's headed left. We'll have to check that, guys. I think he's in trouble. That is left. I think that's down, possibly in the marsh.
I think it just stayed up, Doug, but not a good swing from Furr there. Looked like a quick move. Let's see if Ott can capitalize.
Yeah, Taylor, better angle for Ott. He has 150 to the hole. Took a huge divot, very soft fairways after 1.5 inches of rain fell last night. And that ball, that misses deep left. That goes down the hill, too. So both players miss left here at this difficult par 4.
One of the hardest holes on the golf course. Vanderbilt leads in 4 matches. Arkansas leads in 3. Winners move on to the championship.
Ideally, we could, yeah.
These are the people going to the salvage. These are salvage guys going over to the ship. That's what that boat is, ferrying workers.
One of the biggest accidents in
Maritime history.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
maritime. There you go. Maritime history. I don't know if we want to talk about that or not. Fascinating story, though.
Yep. Actually, did I tell you the boat captain was a hero because he could have jammed the harbor and shut down the port. He got when it started listing, he turned the ship out of the channel, and it fell over on the Jekyll Island
Further
side.
away, yeah, far enough away. Well, what is that?
It's just a schooner ship, not a schooner ship, a kind of a sailing ship. The intercoastal waterways, one river over, if you will, but they come into the marina here. As you come on the island, you see the marinas there. It's quiet water, and they like it there. That's a big Sydney Lanier Bridge.
Beautiful Sunday morning for a boat ride here on St. Simon's Island near Sea Island Golf Club. With our tour guide, Steve Melnick, I'm Taylor Zarzard. Where's that guy headed?
Taylor, this boat is ferrying salvage workers out to a boat that capsized in our harbor about a year and a half ago, and they've been here all that time trying to saw the ship in sections and barge it out.
It's remarkable to see what's happening out there. Shore, long birdie
Whoa.
putt. Needed it, too.
How about that?
Davis Shore ties things up with Matthew Riedel. So Alabama now tied in 2 matches. Vanderbilt up in 2 and won match 1. So Alabama still has work to do, but trying to mount a comeback. Now, as Doug Bell, who's watching Furr versus Ott, told you, both players missed it left of the green there, Doug. What does Furr have left?
Well, he's going to go upstairs. We've seen that before just a couple of holes ago. Has a decent lie in that first cut. Not a lot of green to play with, but these greens are very receptive after the overnight showers, and I should say overnight thunderstorms. Woke me up, those thunder boomers. And Furr backs off. Harrison Ott hit it up there about 7 feet. So let's see if Furr can get it close. He's 1 down. Crucial stage in the match. These are tough holes. Wind is really howling out here on the channel. Upstairs it goes. Oh, what a good shot. Great shot for Wilson Furr. So he'll have about 6 feet coming up the hill. Ott will have about 6.5 feet coming back down.
Those hands might be too soft. To win the hole for Alabama, and it slides by. Ponder, Thomas Ponder there on 12, tied up with William Mole. We'll go ahead and finish. He was in 4th place after 2 days, Steve, but had a struggle on Friday. He did shoot the best round on Thursday, though, in really tough conditions. He shot 67.
Yeah, 214 still good around here. This is a young sophomore from Dothan who's, I think, been a surprise contributor for Coach J. Sewell.
It's just stunning here. Golden Isles of Georgia. Sherwood is in with a win over Claycomb. Davenport in very good shape, 5 to go. Ott with a slim lead, and that's what's happening on the other side of the course. These guys teed off on 10, and they're playing the front 9 now, and Arkansas leads in 3 of the 5 matches. Just an unbelievable place for the Southeastern Conference to come each year. Now Furr with this left for par.
From 6.5 feet, misses it on the left side. And I'm not sure that'll be given, but nevertheless, yeah, I mean, he's going to throw down the coins. So Wilson Furr has to hope that Harrison Ott does not make, or he could potentially be 2 down.
Ott beat him in 19 holes at Bandon Dunes in the round of 32 out there before he lost in the round of 16. He was the 2020 Wisconsin Player of the Year, won the State Open up there last year. It's a quick putt here, Doug.
It is quick. It'll move from right to left. Got help from his assistant coach, Gator Todd, who was an All-American at Alabama back in the day. And the putt, it's trickling up to the hole, and it is enough. I thought he didn't hit it firm enough. That's a win for Harrison Ott. He's now 2 up and gets that fist pump from Gator Todd.
5. Vanderbilt 4. Vanderbilt wins the hole. Vanderbilt is 2 up on the mat.
There's Gator coming by to give him some congratulations. As Doug said, he was an outstanding player for the Crimson Tide. Davis Shore has the tee now, Steve, on the par 3 12th after that birdie.
Yeah, he put a little giddy up in his step after that long putt for birdie. Okay.
Landing area here. It depends what they do. This is a crucial hole for the Alabama guys.
So 30 feet away for Shore. Full throttle in here.
Yeah. He went out early this morning, tried to catch a few trout and redfish out there, and then coming back. Maybe get some more bait. Life is good here, Taylor.
It sure is. It's a great problem to have.
Intercoastal Waterway right there.
One of the best places to watch golf in this country on a beautiful Sunday. Alabama trails Vanderbilt in 3 matches, and Arkansas leads in 3 matches. Look at that spectacular lodge here at Sea Island. Beautiful putting course right in front of it.
Very popular among young families. They go out after dinner or before dinner and they putt with the kids, run around. It's very family friendly.
Third shot here for Alabama. This is Arkansas and Texas A&M, and that's it. Segunda Oliva Pinto has knocked off Walker Lee in 4 and 2.
What a turnaround for Pinto, Taylor. You know, he struggles sometime this year, didn't play last week, got benched, comes here, he's the SEC individual champion, and now wins his match 4 and 2.
So Arkansas is 2 points away from getting back to the finals again. Bull 3 up with 4 to go. And Lozada is 1 up through 12. This is match 2, and J.P. Cave had trouble on the 14th hole. This is for bogey after hitting into the water, Steve.
This is the most awkward driving hole on the golf course. The wind's right in your face. You can put it in the water off the tee. You can put it in the marsh with your second shot.
Picks it up, and now Davenport is 3 up with 4 to go.
You know, Vandy's just not making many mistakes. They're just hanging in there, hanging in there. They're a great match play team.
Won this championship in 2017. Coach Limbaugh's team won the stroke play portion of the NCAA tournament that year before losing in the Final Four. In great shape to get to the championship matches this afternoon. Now this is Davis Shore at 12, tied up with Riedel. He needs a win and some help from his teammates.
They made a long one at the last.
Great putt.
Conceded.
Nice long putt for Shore there. Still the match tied as they've played 12 holes, and they go to the difficult par 4 13th there in the background. But the Commodores are on the verge of punching their ticket to the afternoon, thanks in part to Harrison Ott, who's split the fairway at the challenging 14th.
Yeah, Taylor hit an iron off the tee and knew being 2 up at this difficult par 4 just needed to put the ball in play, get it in the short grass, and that's exactly what he did. He'll have 160 to the hole, back left-hand corner. Wind is whipping off the channel, blowing from his left to right. And he is a cool customer. Of course, he's a senior. You mentioned he's from Wisconsin. He's played a lot of big-time amateur golf and collegiately as well. And his play, throwing it up into that breeze, moving it from right to left, and he airmails the green. He goes off the back of the green. That's a collection area down there, and that will be a difficult third shot.
That's a no-no. A big no-no.
I find this to be the most challenging hole here with it.
It doesn't fit your eye.
No.
It's a dogleg right and the fairway cants left, and the wind blows at you from left to right. Other than that, it's easy, right?
I just like to play right of the path and try to find my ball off the tee.
There are others who've done that too, not so successfully.
2 great tee shots here, though, Doug. Furr now with a chance to capitalize.
Yeah, he used a fairway wood off the tee, a little more aggressive. Being 2 down, perhaps he felt it was time to really stomp on the gas pedal. Of course, this is not the hole you want to get ultra aggressive. He has 136 remaining. Again, that wind blowing hard left to right. Ball slightly above his feet, this sloped fairway. This green got a lot of moisture last night. Still, though, it looks firm. It's got that yellow tinge to it. And here's the play. Right behind the hole. What a shot for Wilson. For her 2 down, needed that about 4 feet away for birdie.
Well, you consider the fact that his teammate Claycomb lost. J.P. Cave ahead of him is 3 down. He has to flip this match or Alabama's going home.
Yeah. It's up to him, I think, now to turn this tide, literally for the tide.
His 2 teammates behind him, Ponder and Shore, tied in their matches against Mole and Riedel. And that is what it looks like right now at the moment. Arkansas and Texas A&M on the other side of the course, and the Razorbacks lead in 3 matches. They won the whole thing in 2019, the last time we were here. Let's take a look at what happened.
That was a long week. It all started for us like 2 weeks before the tournament. We had a players only meeting, and we kind of locked in and just got extremely focused.
Yep, shot. We were actually that 7th seed going into match play.
We took care of business on the first 2 matches.
A lot of nerves, and came down to the last hole.
It all came down to me, and as a freshman, I had to stay really calm. I had to keep it within myself.
And now he can yell, "Woo Pig Suey." Arkansas wins the SEC.
You know, the match was so close, and for Julian to make a short putt on the last hole will be something I never forget.
Julian Perico was emotional with head coach Brad McMakin afterwards. There is William Bull there, also interviewed for that piece, still on the team. Graduate senior right now is 3 up in his match on William Pacey as they play on the 7th hole. That is their 16th of the day. And if he can get one more tie, Steve, that's 2 points for Arkansas after his teammate Oliva Pinto won his match.
Yeah, it's always great if you can get out early, post some wins on the board, and that looks like the case here.
And you see Pacey in trouble off of the green. Let's go back to the 3rd match. This is where Ott's second shot ended up, Doug.
Well, he's put himself really in a difficult spot. The flop shot up onto the edge of the green, and oh my gosh, what a heck of a play that was. I mean, these kids, they're showing a lot of nerve, and he's got about 4.5, maybe 5 feet to salvage the par, but Furr is in there tight with the birdie opportunity to get back in his match.
Well, Sea Island does have one of the best short game areas you've ever seen. Maybe these guys have taken advantage this week.
I think Mickelson would have been proud of that shot.
In the other semifinals, Arkansas and A&M, William Pacey, sophomore from Belton, Texas, off the green in 2, trying to get up and down for birdie, and will need to keep this match going.
He's been a real contributor for A&M this year as a freshman. He was the made the All-SEC team, and you know, when a freshman can come in and really add to the depth of your team like that, that's a nice surprise.
Yeah, Arkansas was talking about being the 7 seed 2 years ago in stroke play. This is the 8 seed, Texas A&M, and they beat the #1 seed, the Georgia Bulldogs, in the quarters yesterday in a highly competitive match.
Georgia led by young Davis Thompson, who lives here. Davis will be playing in the Walker Cup in 2 weeks down at Seminole, which you'll be covering.
Can't wait to be there for that. Davis also played in the U.S. Open at Winged Foot.
He had a great first round going.
Yeah, he did. That birdie was given to Pacey, so we'll see if Bull can finish things up in just a minute. Furr has this for birdie to win the hole, and it slides by on the right edge.
Wow.
Giant missed opportunity. The senior from Jackson, Mississippi. So Bull now measuring this long putt up. Graduate senior from Fairhope, Alabama, originally from Norway, has dual citizenship.
That's 2 big shots he hit here at the par 5. That had this putt for eagle. It is down breeze, but still you got to drive it well, and it's a tight second shot in this par 5 green.
Beat LSU's Michael Sanders 2-1 in the quarterfinals, and has this to win the match for eagle.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Needed 2 putts, and it's a win for William Bull. Arkansas now up 2-0 in the semis versus the Aggies, a point away from defending their title in the championship round.
Excuse us. How you doing, bud?
Match 3, Tyson Reeder and Daniel Rodriguez are tied up. Arkansas does lead 1 up in match 4. And the Aggies have a big lead in the 5th match as Sam Bennett is 4 up, headed to the 13th hole on Julian Perico. Now, just a moment ago, this is Ott after a terrific wedge shot. And somehow gets out with a tie. A golden opportunity for Furr is lost, and Ott is 2 up with 4 to go. Vanderbilt on the verge of getting to the finals to play Arkansas or Texas A&M.
like a pair of short game there.
Yeah.
9-14. Have they said what time the matches start this afternoon?
I think that their goal is to give 45 minutes, an hour break.
So eat, hit balls, and turn them around and say,
Yep.
keep going.
Well, the first thing and while they're doing that, they come in here and do the draw.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
It is really cool.
Mm-hmm. This is there's Tommy Dudley walking back there.
Mm-hmm.
He did walk, he waddles.
Is this match 3?
That's the 7th hole. They're coming this way, the par 5. Yeah.
Got about
Okay.
215.
215.
So that would be Reeder, Rodriguez. It'd have to be, yeah.
204.
204. All right,
Yeah.
let's definitely go for range there, huh? It's like a 5 or 6 iron for those guys.
Yep, you're right. 2 up to 13, 4 up to 12. Alabama needs to rally. Davis Shore is tied with Matthew Riedel of Vanderbilt just off the fairway on 13.
Never know how the ball's going to come out. It's wet, it's sticky. Does it fly or not fly? It came out like a knuckleball.
Into that collection area to the right of the green. Vanderbilt has won the first match, and they're up in matches 2 and 3. In front of the green now, Reed Davenport on the 15th hole is 3 up in his match. This is his 3rd shot.
At the par 5, this is a good play with a putter. It's really tightly moved there. Not an easy leave.
But in great shape, 3 up.
Yeah.
Freshman Cave will look things over with head coach Sewell. We'll check on that in a second. We go back to the fairway at 13. Riedel. See if he can put it on the green.
They laid way back there, so they left themselves with tough seconds. But, as we like to say, another birdie putt, right?
On the opposite side of the green. That will be miles away. Cave now with his 3rd shot here into the par 5 15th. Long look at it for the freshman. Well judged. That's a birdie.
Yeah, he's 3 down with 4 to play, though. He's got to hope that he can do something magical and his opponent maybe give him an opening.
Davenport makes this. He'll be 3 up with 3 to go. Again, Vanderbilt won match 1. Cole Sherwood beat Cannon Claycomb 5 and 4. Davenport leads this match. His teammate Harrison Ott is 2 up, playing in the fairway behind him. Commodores try to get back to the championship round of match play. Alabama made it to the finals in 2018 and lost to their arch rival, the Auburn Tigers, in a highly competitive match.
Yeah, I've got to credit Vanderbilt. They've done a great job with their spring sports program. Maybe not so competitive in football, but baseball #1. Obviously, the golf team's playing well here. Tennis teams are good.
Still 3 up.
Yeah.
Now, Matthew Riedel from way downtown. Shore has hit it up on the green, but has about 15 feet left for par. Outside 60 feet.
You know, you just don't practice these putts. Say what you will. You say, oh, it's easy to get it close. Well, it's not, because you don't inherently practice long, long putts like that.
So 2 long par putts left in that match. Back in the fairway at the par 5 15th. Wilson Furr and Harrison Ott in the 3rd match of the day. And Furr rehearsing his practice swing, 2 down in the fairway.
Yeah, Taylor, that was a big miss on the last hole at 14. Hit it in there 4.5 feet. Could not convert the birdie. And then Harrison Ott gets up and down from no man's land behind the green to stay 2 up. It'll be Ott hitting first. He'll have 215 into this par 5 for a second shot. This dogleg left plays more like a par 4 now, especially with the prevailing wind helping. Now from 215.
Go a little bit.
Ott, the senior, wanted to go just a tad, and he misses right down on that gargantuan bunker that guards the right side of this green.
But not a tough miss, Doug. That's a firm bunker, easy to get up and down.
Shore putting first for par behind them on the 13th green, tied up.
Wow.
So Riedel will have a chance to win the hole with a par putt in a moment. Now back to 15, Furr 2 down.
Wilson Furr has 204 to this front left hole location. Elevated green, massive bunker on the right and left. Just a very narrow opening. Furr upset with himself after that short birdie miss on the last hole. Let's see if he can bounce back with a good shot. Holding the follow through, usually a good sign. And lands over that left side, now rolls down onto the green, and he will have an eagle putt outside 25 feet.
Great bounce, Riedel to win the hole. Didn't get it there. So the hole is tied with bogey, and they're still tied through 13 holes. Vanderbilt's in great shape. They're up in 3 matches. Arkansas needs 1 more win to get to the finals, which will be held later today.
Driver at 14 here. 7 and 7.
Daniel Rodriguez for Texas A&M for birdie on the par 5 7th. He rolls it in. He's tied with Tyson Reeder of Arkansas in match number 3. The Razorbacks won the first 2 matches. In the other semifinal, it's Harrison Ott in the bunker at the 15th.
Oh, what a great shot for Harrison Ott, showing off that short game again, about 3 feet past the hole. That'll be for birdie. This guy's got soft hands, great imagination, very good short game, Harrison Ott.
Yeah, that 60-degree wedge is precious to him at the moment. Reeder to answer Rodriguez. Arkansas just needs 1 more point to get to the finals. Segundo Oliva Pinto won 4-2 against Walker Lee. William Bull won 3-2 against William Pacey.
Reeder's taking advantage of that extra year of eligibility. He's already graduated, came back for 1 more year. You know, why would you turn your back on another year of college golf, right?
Almost 25.
Yeah.
In his mid-20s. Manuel Lozada's in great shape, and if he wins that match, it's over. Arkansas is in to the finals later today, so we'll check on that in just a moment. Sam Bennett is playing great golf for Texas A&M against Julian Perico. And this is what Vanderbilt is doing to Alabama. Davenport 3 up with 3 to go. Ott 2 up with 4 left. And the last 2 matches are tied. Such a hard reset once you get to the match play portion of this event. Georgia won the stroke play and then got bounced the quarterfinals. Now Furr to win the hole, Doug.
24 feet downhill eagle try for Wilson Furr, the senior from Jackson, Mississippi. And he's letting that natural contour take it down to the hole, and oh, it almost goes in for eagle. That'll be given to him for the birdie, and then Ott will have about 4 feet to match him with birdie to stay 2 up.
Great putt, but he missed a 6-footer on the last hole. As you see, this one just barely slide by. For the senior from Jackson, Mississippi, the team captain, trying to stay in it. But this man has been rock solid, great up and down on the last hole, Doug, and here's a chance at another.
Yeah, if you follow Harrison Ott, don't blink. He's got to be one of the fastest, if not the fastest player in the Southeastern Conference. Does not waste time. Makes a decision. And then gets right to work. Left edge putt on the way. Dead center. Matching birdie for Harrison Ott. He stays 2 up as they're headed to 15.
The hole is tied. Vanderbilt is 2 up in the match.
So close to winning their semifinal matchup against the Crimson Tide. Davis Shore in trouble at 14, Steve.
Again, very difficult driving hole. And he took driver, just tugged it left. He's in the penalty area. And he can get his club on the back of the ball. So
I think we get across. It looks like they're raking the bunker or something.
he's got to worry about that cedar tree right above him. I would suggest a chase onto the green. Landed short. Hopefully it'll hop up. Got stuck in the cedar branches.
See Riedel's ball in the middle of the fairway. You can carry or push your bags here this morning. We might be in carts this afternoon. See what they decide. But after all of the weather came through the area yesterday, a lot of golf left to be played today. But I have to give the Sea Island crew a tremendous amount of credit. The golf course, while a bit soft given all the weather that came through, they've done a magnificent job.
Golf course superintendent Dylan Stafford did a bang-up job because he took not one but 2 storms here. There's a lot of clutter. They had to rake all the bunkers to get the debris off the golf course. It's superb given what they had to deal with.
It's just stunning looking at this picture here.
Kind of makes you want to come here, doesn't it? Huh?
I mean, you couldn't do a better infomercial for this area. Obviously, Mrs. Milnick gave you credit, allowed you to make the switch coming up here a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's an easy adjustment. How's that?
So now his third shot left for sure. He was 1 under through 2 rounds and slipped with a 79 on Friday. A long par putt left. Reed Davenport in match number 2 has a chance to end things for Vanderbilt. J.P. Cave is who he's playing against, and this is his third shot, Steve, at 16.
My guess is he drove it right. This is a really kind of a tricky tee shot with that creek on the golfer's left, short of the green and pitching up here. Run it out. Okay. It's easy to bail off this tee.
Back to match 5. Second shot for Riedel after a bomb off the tee. Trying to control his spin, but roll just over to the corner. But that's a birdie putt, and Shore will be away for par. Vanderbilt ranked 15th in the nation. Won their own tournament in October, finished second in Alabama and LSU's tournaments. 6th in the stroke play this week.
And they really, throughout the year, they played pretty well. Only Georgia had a lower scoring average than Vandy throughout the entire campaign coming into this week. So maybe not, they didn't blow you away with big wins, but they were just solid and consistent throughout the year.
This is to win the hole for Reed Davenport and win the match. And with Cave putting for par, this actually 2 putts to win the match. We don't use the term dormy anymore, but he's 3 up with 3 to go.
They took away my favorite golf term. Whoa.
Not in yet.
Whoa. What are you doing here, son? Rush of blood.
So Cave's not done yet. 2 long par putts coming up. Cole Sherwood, freshman from Austin, Texas, won his match against Cannon Claycomb 5-4. Cole went to Vandegrift High School in Austin, and Davenport went to Westlake. Now Cave, the Mobilian, trying to keep himself in it. Hits the right edge, and that should do it.
Yeah, he's conceded.
So Davenport wins, and Vanderbilt.
Alabama 5, Vanderbilt 4. Vanderbilt wins 4-2.
So Vanderbilt, like Arkansas, is 1 win away from the finals. See the 2 victories for Sherwood and Davenport. Ott 2 up with 3 to go. Final 2 matches are tied, but if Ott can dispatch of Furr, Vanderbilt is back in the championship round for the first time in 4 years. Now this is Arkansas and Texas A&M, and this is Manuel Lozada knocking it in. And he gets a fist pump from Brad McMakin. I thought we might get a handshake in a second. Yeah,
fist bump.
This is on the 6th green. So now this is Dan Erickson. He won a marathon match beating Georgia's Eli Scott in 22 holes to get A&M to this round, but he has to make this to head to the 16th, their 16th tee, and it slides by. Arkansas is on to the finals.
What is it about Arkansas and match play in Seaside?
They love this place. They won the whole thing 2 years ago, and they're back in the championship round again. Segundo Oliva Pinto, the individual champion, won his match 4-2. William Bull, 3-2 winner, and Manuel Lozada wins 4-3 to put the Razorbacks into the championship round this afternoon. Arkansas has won 2 SEC titles. Let's check on Davis Shore now. This is, I believe, actually a bogey putt, and that slides by. So Shore is going to concede the 14th hole to Matthew Riedel, and Vanderbilt now leads 1-up in match number 5. It's going to come down to this one, though. This is Wilson Furr on 16, Doug.
132 yards away. Cannot see the flagstick, which is tucked in that back right-hand corner. And so his shot lands on the front of the green, hops forward and stops. He's outside 25 feet. Ott, by the way, who's 2 up, Harrison Ott, just off the back, right up on the collar, about 20 feet away. Both will have birdie putts coming up.
Vanderbilt could be moments away from getting back to the finals, where they'll meet the Arkansas Razorbacks later today in the SEC Men's Golf Championship.
Slow in here. Come back.
Changes into downward drain wheels here. I'll start on the line you see.
We are back on the 16th green. Alabama's Wilson Furr, 2 down to Vanderbilt's Harrison Ott. If Ott wins this hole, Vanderbilt wins their semifinal match and moves on to play Arkansas in the finals. Furr trying to prevent that, Doug.
Yeah, he's 27 feet away. And this is such a difficult green to read, and this hole location in the back right-hand corner is just diabolical. Really tough hole location for this semifinal match. Furr needs something good to happen, though. Capturing lightning in a bottle maybe now. That ridge will move it back to the left, but not enough. And that's a pretty good putt from where he was. He's about 3 feet by.
So Ott will have a putt to put Vanderbilt in the finals here in just a moment. Now on the 15th hole, this is Thomas Ponder for Alabama, tied up with William Mole. Third shot out of the bunker.
Pretty.
And in the hole
really
for
pretty.
Eagle. How about that?
That works.
Sophomore from Dothan puts both hands in the air. Well done. Now go rake your own bunker. Won't have much time to celebrate, though. If Harrison Ott makes this, it puts Vanderbilt in the finals against the Razorbacks. Doug, what does he have left?
Well, he's looking at it from both sides. It looks to me like this putt has to go left to right. Hole cut on a little perch in that back right-hand corner. It's uphill, and Ott has shown a very deft touch. Been around a long time, senior. Birdie try on the way, climbing that hill. Should turn a little right, and it did as it ran out of steam. So that's the two-putt par for Harrison Ott, and he's going to make Wilson Furr putt this to see if we can continue this match.
Now this to tie the hole for Mole back on 15. Has to make it. Ooh, just slides it by. So Ponder now one up for Alabama as they head to the 16th hole. So Furr must make this, Steve, to keep things going.
Yeah, not a hard putt, but again, he can't afford any mistakes from here to the house.
Furr settles in, gives it one last glance, and we're going on to 17, the par 3.
Alabama 4, Vanderbilt 4. The hole is tied. Vanderbilt is 2 up.
2 up with 2 to play, I might add.
Furr must win both of those holes.
Yep.
Or Vanderbilt is in the championship round against Arkansas.
You know, the pace of play has been really good this morning. I credit these guys. They got up early. They had to carry their clubs. They didn't have the cart, which I thought they might have. They got another 18-hole match this afternoon. So kudos to them for their pace of play.
Yeah, the first group's teed off at 7:30. We haven't even been playing 4 hours, and we're almost to the very end of the semifinals. Arkansas is done. They beat Texas A&M. Trying to defend their title from 2 years ago. Unfortunately, not able to play last year due to COVID.
Yeah, I really like the change of the format here. They mirror what the NCAA championship does: 3 rounds of stroke play, then match play from there. Gets these guys ready, prepared for the national championship.
Yeah, the women are doing that as well. 2 good tee shots in the fairway on 16 with Ponder and Mole. And the group behind Furr and Ott as we take a look at this par 4. It's a tough tee shot to clear this water.
It's one of the prettiest tee shots on the Seaside course. You can bite off as much as you want to choose going left, or you take it out safely to the right, which these players just did. Down breeze, you can really aim it at the green, but it's a tough little pitch shot to an elevated green.
Massive green, too, from left to right. So they'll walk up and play their second shots in just a moment, but again, all the drama happening in front of them at the par 3 17.
And this is one of the original holes here when the course first opened back in the 20s. They did not change the routing, did not change it at all.
We're listening in here to Harrison Ott talking to assistant coach Gator Todd. Furr must be aggressive in winning these 2 holes, or Ott's going to get him again, beat him in 19 holes at the USAM in August in the round of 32. Not a whole lot of wind out there at the moment, Doug.
Yeah, it's died down. 165 the number as Ott lets it fly. Moving that from right to left, lands safely in the right front portion of the green and rolls out. Good safe play. He's outside 30 feet. That'll be a long birdie try.
63. 72.
Let's see Furr discuss this with Coach Sewell.
Okay, I love the little soak down. I like it. Kind of that dude standing through? Yep. All right.
Gentle breeze blowing back in the face now of Wilson Furr. And guys, I met this young man 6 years ago at the Sanderson Farms Championship in Jackson, Mississippi. He was a star high school player, and the people there at Jackson Country Club were so proud. And they kept saying, you got to meet this guy. He's going to be a future star. And now here I am following him in this crucial match as he backs off. The private jet soars above him here. And Steve mentioned it earlier, that private airstrip just a block away. That's why so many PGA professionals live in this area. Easy access in and out. And obviously the facilities here are 5-star, top-notch. Wilson with a tee shot again, 165 the number. Watching intently, and that flies the back of the green in the shave down area just off the back. He can putt it or chip it. Was hoping for something a little better than that.
He thought that was right at it, didn't he? This is Matthew Riedel and Davis Shore. This is on 15, and Riedel, it's a really good shot in there, just behind the hole.
Obviously drove it in trouble off the tee. Good third shot, though.
Was that Air Melnick we saw flying above just a moment ago?
Nah, I prefer to drive.
Commodores have had a great week. They finished 6th in match play, or in stroke play, rather. And as Steve told you, one of the best teams in America in position to make it to the afternoon to play Arkansas. What a beautiful day.
It's like this every day down here. Come on, Taylor.
Well, yesterday afternoon, some golf ball sized hail came through for a couple hours. Yeah. But other than that, you're right. It has been a terrific week. And you saved the best for last. 70-degree temperatures. So now, second shots on 16 for Ponder and Mole. And Ponder to play first. One up in his match after holing out for eagle on the par 5 15th. Flag tucked behind that bunker. Trying to gauge the wind here. Okay, good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Ponder, the sophomore from Dothan, taking the lead on the previous hole. Now Mole. Headed a little left and long.
Got a bad hop. I mean, a really bad hop. Almost like it hit an old ball mark.
Huh. So while Ponder's in great shape, he needs his teammates to rally ahead of him. Wilson Furr hitting it over the green on the par 3 17th. And that's what he has left, and most likely needs to make this, Steve, to keep the match going.
Yeah, this is it right here. This is the last gasp, if you will, for the Crimson Tide. Jay Sewell is doing everything he can as coach to help his player. Jay's got such a wonderful demeanor about him. It's easy to want to play for him and his program. He's done an amazing job elevating the Alabama program. Doesn't hurt, too, that your football coach loves to play golf, does it?
Become good buddies with Coach Saban. They have a big tournament coming up in a couple of weeks. What kind of chance do you give him here, Doug, of knocking this in?
Well, he's going to putt it, I do believe. And he's so good with a wedge, I thought he might try to spin something in there, but he's going to have to watch Harrison Odd, who can make it. If he makes this, it's over anyway, so it's right. A moot point. It's an uphill putt. Odd is taking a little more time. Of course, he knows that he just needs a 2-putt. Again, wipes the face of that putter off. That's the pre-putt routine, putting through his shadow. 35 feet. Leaving the flagstick in, and it goes down. He rammed it home, and that's a winner. Wow, big smile on the face of Harrison Ott and he takes care of business.
The Commodores beat the Crimson Tide and are back in the championship match for the first time in 4 years. What a putt by Ott.
What an exclamation point on this match. These two, as we talked about, have history together, and Ott right now seems to have the better of Wilson Furr.
Beat him in the USAM and knocks him off 3-1 here in the SEC semifinals.
And this is a Harrison Ott that really struggled in stroke play. Shot 229 for 3 rounds, and here he comes out and plays beautifully in match play today.
It's all the family members coming out. Give some hugs. Ott waves back at his teammates and says, "You guys can come in."
Yeah, we're done.
I don't know if Mr. Mole has received word yet.
All right, guys, he's right here. I'll stand back.
May just get a little putting in for just a second if before they let him know what's happening in front of him. But Vanderbilt's moving on to play the Arkansas Razorbacks in the championship match this afternoon. Let's send it down to Doug Bell.
All right, Taylor Harrison, congratulations. You close it out with a spectacular birdie here at 17 from 35 feet. You rammed that home. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Probably gone a little by, but I think we'll be all right.
Good playing today. Your short game was incredible at 14. That up and down from behind the green, that was sensational.
Thank you. Yeah. Walking back there, I knew it was going to be okay. I knew I could get myself a putt at least, but I definitely wasn't trying to hit it there. So it was kind of refreshing getting up there and being like, oh, I'm all right.
You're a senior. You've played against Wilson so many times, not only in the Southeastern Conference, the NCAAs, the U.S. Amateur. What's it like going against a friend and a competitor? And you guys have been battling for many years.
Yes, sir. Yeah, going back to junior golf even, I really enjoy playing with Wilson. I mean, even today we were talking a bunch, so that's definitely kind of tough. And, like, we see him all so much, and especially this year with kind of an all-SEC schedule, we see all of them so much. So, yeah, you know, it definitely makes it tougher playing a friend, but we're all here to do the same thing. So that's kind of, you can always be encouraged by that.
Congratulations. Good luck this afternoon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well done by Harrison Ott. Gator Todd, the assistant coach, out there. Everybody's fired up. We'll reset things for you in just a moment and get ready for this afternoon's final match in just a moment.
Boom, boom, boom. Check, check, check. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Because I remember from yesterday when he said, come out here. Right here.
gorgeous morning here in the Golden Isles of Georgia at St. Simon's Island, playing the Seaside course at Sea Island Golf Club. The semifinals are done, and the championship match is set. The Vanderbilt Commodores against the Arkansas Razorbacks. Vanderbilt trying to win the SEC for a second time. They won it in 2017, and Arkansas looks to win consecutive SEC titles. They won it for the second time in 2019. Doug Bell is standing by with the head coach of the Commodores, Scott Limbaugh.
Well, Scott is all happy. Didn't see Harrison close out that match, but well done for all your players today. I know you're very proud.
Yeah, we wanted to come out, be excited for the opportunity. We liked our matchups a lot, felt good about them, but you never know. You're playing a great team like Alabama with great coaches. You know you're going to have to bring your best. I'm just proud of our kids. They fought, they competed, and we've been talking about a marathon of sprints all week, and we're fortunate we're going to get to try to run one more sprint this afternoon.
Scott, you've been at Vandy now for several years, but I know it's special when you go against Alabama for a number of reasons. You had some very good seasons there.
Yeah, I mean, that program helped shape who I am, no doubt. And, Coach Sewell's a great friend and mentor. And, we're trying to do our own thing at Vanderbilt. And just really thankful for the opportunity to play and, just kind of keep learning, keep growing, and love how our kids compete.
Scott, because of the weather, you're going back-to-back today, the semifinals and now finals. That might be a good thing, right? What do you tell the kids now as they go and get maybe 45 minutes to an hour break?
Yeah, I just think it's about keeping your emotions in check and being, it'll be an emotional afternoon, I'm sure. You're playing for an SEC championship. That's what you came here hoping to do. And we'll try to, kick our legs up for a little bit. But I think the adrenaline, you do this a little bit, adrenaline starts running so high, you get tired tomorrow. No time to be tired today.
Scott, how have you found the conditions of the golf course? An inch and a half of rain last night. Has it affected the greens, you think? How do you see it?
Well, I mean, they were a little softer, so I think we talked about last night trying to be a little bit more aggressive with our approach shots, and wind really got up on the back nine, and so, I like that for us. We're a ball striking bunch, and I thought that the condition of the golf course, the greens were phenomenal, just a little softer, but I didn't see a mud ball all day.
Seaside, wind is going to be a factor. This afternoon, they say gusts could be up to 25 miles an hour. That could play havoc, right?
That's blowing, isn't it?
That's blowing.
Yeah, but we'll all be out there, man on man, and let it blow 25, and, let's see who comes out of there.
Congratulations. See you this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks, Doug.
That is a happy Scott Limbaugh for Vanderbilt. It came down to this putt. Harrison Ott on the 17th hole for birdie and the clinching point. And Vanderbilt makes their way into the finals against the Arkansas Razorbacks. It has been a great morning of golf. The teams will come in. They will actually make their pairings, player against player, and we'll get cranked up this afternoon for the championship match.
There's a hallway in our athletics department that has all the SEC championships and the pictures of the teams, and it'd be really cool to put another one up.
That was the shared goal.
It's what we've been working for all year, and for me, myself, working for 5 years.
It would mean everything to all of us and be the coolest thing a lot of us have done.
Win here over 2 days of match play, and you bring this back home. Something Team Georgia has done 29 times. But by now, only 2 teams have that opportunity to win this memento crafted from wood and bronze and make a statement that resonates throughout college golf.
With SEC Conference is one of the strongest in college golf, so winning just shows that you're one of the best teams in the country and your team's at the top of their game.
And of course now those 2 teams are Arkansas and Vanderbilt. After the Razorbacks beat LSU yesterday in the quarterfinals and knocked off the Texas A&M Aggies this morning, Vanderbilt beat Tennessee Saturday morning and knocks off the Crimson Tide today. And in just a few minutes, Scott Limbaugh and Brad McMakin, the head coaches at Vanderbilt and at Arkansas, will join us here in the Corn Barn, and that's where they're going to be sitting, Steve, where the draw happens. I love watching that as they try to figure out, where does Bowl go? Where does Oliva Pinto go? Which one is Reeder going to play in? Which one do I want Sherwood and Davenport to play in?
They alternate draws, trying to get the right matchups. You know, it's an imperfect science, if you will, but nothing beats good play when it comes to winning a match.
Wind up a little bit, freshening here on the Seaside course just off of the ocean. Another beautiful day and a stunning place on the map.
Listen, really credit Charlie Hussey and all the guys from the SEC conference for sort of working this out on the fly. Yesterday they got rained out. You know, it was not a best case scenario. But,
there's Charlie right there.
Speaking of Charlie, there he is.
We're going to take a look at Arkansas's great play today. Segundo Oliva Pinto, the individual champion, third shot at the 16th. Here for Alabama. That was for Arkansas, Oliva Pinto, and he won the match there as he knocks off Walker Lee. Now William Bull had 2 putts to win the match. And that gave Bull the win, 3-2 over William Pacey. And then finally, Manuel Lozada beat Dan Erickson after Erickson couldn't make that putt. And that put the Razorbacks and Coach Brad McMakin back in the championship match, trying to go back-to-back here at Sea Island. And Doug is standing by with him now.
Well, Brad, hate to interrupt lunch. You have the draw here momentarily, but what a good morning match for you guys. Your kids really played excellent golf.
Absolutely. We got off to a good start. Segundo got off to a nice start, got a 3-up lead early, and it's nice to feel like you got one match that's in control, and then you can focus on the other ones. But we played really well today.
A chance to go back-to-back in the Southeastern Conference. What is it with Arkansas and match play that is such a great combination?
Well, hopefully, so far it's been good. This will be 5 in a row, so we're looking forward to this afternoon. We've got some guys from South America that play match play all the time, and they've been really successful at it. They're used to it, and they love it, so hopefully it continues the rest of the day. That's interesting.
So they thrive on that, where some kids might feel the pressure, maybe American kids who don't play as much, they thrive on it.
Well, they play it. That's most of their tournaments are played by match play, and that's something that they look forward to. And this is an event they look forward to. And fortunately, we were able to get here this year, and we'll see what happens this afternoon.
When you were out this morning, how did the course play? Did you think it was soft? Were the greens more receptive after the rain last night?
They were a little more receptive, but still fast, still in great shape. We didn't get any mud balls on the fairway, which was great, and so it's dried up now, and I think it'll be a great test this afternoon.
You're going to have the draw here in a moment. Not to give away any secrets, but will anything change with the draw as you guys pick your players to put them on the board?
Not too much. I mean, we're going to play an incredible, great team in Vanderbilt. I mean, they've played great all year. They've got a great team. They've got 5 good players, and so it's no secrets. Just match them up, and hopefully you can go out and win 3 matches.
And lastly, the wind will be up today, 25 miles per hour gusts, maybe to 30, Coach. How's your team with the wind?
Pretty good. We're going to try to keep it as low as we can.
Good answer. See you out there, Coach.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Back foot shots, Mr. Melnick.
Flight it down low with the wind here. Yep.
What a gorgeous spot. Seaside Golf Course will be on display for the championship match. We'll have the draw coming up in just a moment.
You're hosting the draw. Well, just all you're going to do is basically toss it over to Charlie.
TD.
You could probably be. Our shots will be.
Okay, so you want me to be?
Here you go, brother.
Hey, Lap. Hey, Lap or CO. Are we going off at 12 or are we staying with us?
Okay.
Beautiful.
We'll get you hooked up. Come on.
Golf-wise, just take it one shot, one hole at a time, not think ahead, and just go have some fun.
All year we've kind of been working on discipline. That's kind of our word. He's just kind of trying to make us feel comfortable and said, it's any other tournament. Don't let the nerves take over, and then when we get to match play, it's game on.
Just to be together, just to spend one more week together. These seniors, this is their last SEC championship, and just to enjoy the moment.
Being grateful was the biggest one. We get so caught up in this, trying to win mindset every week. And when you're at a beautiful place like this, it's easy to, kind of sit back and just be thankful and grateful for where we are.
But one coach, LSU's Chuck Winstead, took a different approach.
So I had the guys from the SEC championship team that I had in 2015 text the guys on this year's squad and kind of give them their words of wisdom.
We were getting messages from all 5 guys on that SEC championship team, whether it's just a pickup for guys who didn't play well the day before or whether it's just advice for the guys who played well. So getting text messages from them has been a big help for us.
It's one thing for the coach to relay messages. It's another thing for guys that actually walked in the same shoes as the team this year, tell them what was successful.
Trying all kinds of tricks of the trade. LSU had a good week, but lost in the quarterfinals to the Arkansas Razorbacks, who then would knock off Texas A&M to get to the championship match, and they're going to play the Vanderbilt Commodores in the Corn Barn here at Sea Island. Joined by Steve Melnick, I'm Taylor Zarzer. I'm about to fill out this sheet here as the draw is going to happen here in just a moment. It's always fun to see those two coaches try to figure out who goes where.
You'll see it in just a minute. You'll see 2 coaches over here and the opposing coaches over here. They pick this player. They match that player. It's an inexact science.
It is. Yeah, they'll talk some strategy here in just a moment, and Doug Bell will be in there with Charlie Hussey of the Southeastern Conference and the 2 coaches as they determine what their starting 5 will look like. And once again, like is the case in the quarterfinals and the semifinals, you need 3 points in order to win the championship. Vanderbilt did that in 2017. Arkansas did it 2 years ago, the last time we were here.
Neither is a stranger to match play, and they have demonstrated they can handle it. This time of a venue like this, you think fatigue might be a factor? Not for these young kids. You kidding me? With the championship on the line, I think we're going to see some good golf this afternoon.
Yeah, juices will be flowing for sure as the semifinals were played this morning instead of yesterday afternoon. We're going to get those 2 coaches in place in just a second, and we will have the draw of the championship matches coming up in just a moment here in Sea Island.
Hey, can you guys hear me in here? Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
And they're just waiting for Scott to show up. And then Charlie, assuming either me or Taylor will throw it to him, he's not going to reintroduce himself. He's just going to go. It's time for the draw. Boom.
That's right. That's right.
He is not. Somebody needs to go get him.
I think he's having lunch out under the tents out front.
Hey, is there any chance you could go get Charlie just for a second? Charlie Hussey. Yeah, that was funny. Just tell him the Vandy coach is still under the tent.
Scott, no, he's coming in now. Scott's coming in now.
Well, you see the champions from the last few years. There's John Augenstein, now a PGA Tour pro, going nuts the first time they went to match play in 2017. How about this putt from Grayson Furr to win in 2018 for the Auburn Tigers as they knocked off the Crimson Tide in the championship match. Julian Perico going nuts 2 years ago as we get ready for the championship match today. It's about as much fun as you can ever have on a golf course playing with your team. And the draw is ready, Doug. Here's Charlie Hussey.
Sunday, both teams have seen this championship before. Vanderbilt, I think, in 2017, Arkansas in 2019. So congrats. I'll hand it over now to Andy Priest, who's our head rules official, to conduct the draw. Andy?
Thank you, Charlie. Arkansas, you have the option to select or defer.
We'd like to defer.
Vanderbilt?
Cole Sherwood.
Arkansas?
William Bull.
Arkansas.
Tyson Reeder.
Vanderbilt?
Reed Davenport.
Vanderbilt?
Harrison Ott.
Arkansas.
Sagunto.
Arkansas.
Manuel Lozada.
Vanderbilt.
William Mall.
Again, this is the
Riedel.
Matthew Riedel, the
Julian Perico.
Okay, so we take a look back on that screen. There you go. Matthew Riedel against Julian Perico in the last match. Mole versus Lozada in the fourth match. Ott and Pinto go off at 12:50. Reed Davenport and Tyson Reeder at 12:40. And we will be back at the bottom of the hour at 12:30 as Cole Sherwood will play William Bull in that first match, Steve.
I think the real key here, get off to a good start. Hopefully your best players are out early. You put the pressure on your opponent. The key is playing well early.
No question to get that early lead as Coach McMakin and his team will step out and eat a little lunch as they come through here now and go out and hit balls, and you turn right back around, Steve, and you try to win the SEC.
It is a quick turnaround, but again, it's certainly worth the effort to make it to the championship and to hopefully hoist that trophy.
We will see you again at 12:30 on SEC Network for the championship match between Arkansas and Vanderbilt. It has been a terrific weekend on Sea Island. The individual competition and the stroke play finished up on Friday, match play yesterday and today, and a champion will be crowned later this afternoon on St. Simon's Island. And again, we'll have the entirety of the championship matches beginning in just about 30 minutes here on SEC Network for the SEC Golf Championship.
This wasn't on there. No, this has to be on there. These have to be on there. No, real. They have to be on there.
Hey.
Because it grounds it out.
What's up?
Hi.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that plate helps ground that out.
All right. Here at the microphone. Shaking it up so hard. All right. I'm here at the power supply. Shaking that. Just let me know if you hear anything. We have nothing there, nothing there.
Texas Golf Association. Oh, I know, yeah. Used to see who's in my ear. Yeah. Literally. Drilling holes in his hair. Come on. You have any extra mark, Steve?
Where is Lori there? Yes. Okay. Okay, guys, you want to do that? Golf has always been heralded as the ultimate individual sport. The exception, this stage. The college game. Here, school colors and spirit supersede personal achievement. When birdies are made, players signal down the fairway to spur momentum. The spotlight shines on 5, not 1. So now, this championship, which began with 14 teams, has been whittled down to 2. Vanderbilt, the 6-seeded Commodores, have been here before, winning it all in 2017. Their path to the finals included victories over Tennessee and Alabama. Now they're facing the reigning title holder, Arkansas. Coach McMakin's team is returning 4 players from their 2019 championship squad. They've already defeated LSU and Texas A&M. One more win, and the trophy is theirs to keep another year. So get ready. This promises to be an exciting SEC championship next. Okay. Yep. Golf has always been heralded as the ultimate individual sport. The exception, this stage. The college game. Here, school colors and spirit supersede personal achievement. When birdies are made, players signal down the fairway to spur momentum. The spotlight shines on 5, not 1. So now this championship, which began with 14 teams, has been whittled down to 2. Vanderbilt, the 6-seeded Commodores, have been here before, winning it all in 2017. Their path to the finals included victories over Tennessee and Alabama. Now they face the reigning title holder, Arkansas. Coach McMakin's team is returning 4 players from their 2019 championship squad. They've already defeated LSU and Texas A&M. One more win, and the trophy is theirs to keep another year. So get ready. This promises to be an exciting SEC championship next.
Sea Island Golf Club on St. Simons Island, Georgia, the premier spot in the Golden Isles of this great state, deciding the SEC Men's Golf Championship here on a Sunday afternoon. With Steve Melnick, I'm Taylor Zarzer. Doug Bell is on the course, and the first match of the finals is just about to get started with Jim Brown announcing the first match.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2021 SEC Men's Golf Championship. These are the final matches between Arkansas and Vanderbilt. This is the 12:30 starting time. The referee for this match is Mr. Scott James. First on the tee representing Arkansas, please welcome William Bull.
Bull, a graduate senior from Fairhope, Alabama. 24 years old. Helped his Razorbacks win the title 2 years ago, Steve. He's been a stalwart player for the Razorbacks.
Well, he's solid, Taylor. He knows what his strengths are, what his weaknesses are, keeps the ball in play nicely.
He likes this one.
Next on the tee, representing Vanderbilt, please welcome Cole Sherwood.
He's going up against a guy that is 6 years younger than him today. Cole Sherwood, the freshman from Austin, beat Alabama's Cannon Claycomb, playing terrific golf this morning, winning 5 and 4 in the semifinals.
He was a veritable morning buzzsaw out there. Going with the driving iron here. Wind from the left, the whole dog legs right to the left. Kind of an awkward tee shot if you go with the driver.
It's a powerful move through the golf ball with that driving iron. It finds the left side of the fairway. Arkansas and Vanderbilt to decide the SEC title in 2021. Golf has always been heralded as the ultimate individual sport. The exception, this stage, the college game. Here, school colors and spirit supersede personal achievement. When birdies are made, players signal down the fairway to spur momentum. The spotlight shines on 5, not 1. So now this championship, which began with 14 teams, has been whittled down to 2. Vanderbilt, the 6-seeded Commodores, have been here before, winning it all in 2017. Their path to the finals included victories over Tennessee and Alabama. Now they face the reigning title holder, Arkansas. Coach McMakin's team is returning 4 players from their 2019 championship squad. They've already defeated LSU and Texas A&M. One more win, and the trophy is theirs to keep another year. So get ready. This promises to be an exciting SEC championship next. Beautiful shot of the seaside course here on St. Simons Island with the former individual champion Steve Melnick. I'm Taylor Zarzer. Doug Bell is out on the course. We had some moisture come in, to say the least, yesterday with a thunderstorm as well, so the semifinals had to be played this morning. The championship match this afternoon. Temperatures in the mid-70s. A little bit of wind, always the case here. On a golf course, it's a par 70, just over 7,000 yards, originally designed by Harry Colt and Charles Allison in the late 20s. And Tom Fazio came in here just over 20 years ago, Steve, and did a terrific job with this place.
Boy, he sure did. This is the 20th year, as we said, that this is host of this championship, and these players can't wait to get back each and every year.
PGA Tour is here each November, right before Thanksgiving, and the SEC title decided for 2 decades each spring. Bull and Sherwood both in the fairway at 1. Reeder and Davenport on the tee in 6 minutes. The individual champion, Segundo Oliva Pinto, will tee off at 12:50 against Harrison Ott. Manuel Lozada is off at the top of the hour versus William Mole. And Julian Perico, the winning putt that gave Arkansas the championship 2 years ago, is off last at 110. He'll play Matthew Riedel.
The course staff has gone out and changed the whole locations for the final match this afternoon. So what we saw this morning is no longer valid, and they've tucked these pins for this afternoon championship match.
And we thought that they might use carts at some point today, but they decided with the wet weather and how quickly they moved around the golf course to keep them out there walking. Bull with iron into the first.
Taylor, to your point, I really commend these young players for playing so quickly this morning. Great pace for Goff.
He does not like that one as he hit that one too hard. He runs hot from time to time.
If you make birdie this afternoon, you will earn it.
Wind will continue to freshen as the day goes on, as you see Sherwood's shirt whipping in the wind. Down there with Gator Todd, the head assistant for Vanderbilt, working for Scott Limbaugh. Both of those guys have Alabama ties, and Vandy knocked off the Crimson Tide this morning.
This is a tough shot. He's got the wind off his left shoulder. He's hugged the edge of the dog leg, flagstick over on the left. So if you're brave enough, you go at the flag. Now with your opponent over the green, I think you look for the middle of the green.
See that water moving from right to left behind him. So this, see if he can flight this one well off of his back foot.
You like that, don't you? That back foot trap.
It's the only shot I've got right now. And boy, does Sherwood like it too. Well done. Inside 10 feet for birdie at the first for the Commodores against the Arkansas Razorbacks, deciding the Southeastern Conference on a perfect day on St. Simon's Island.
Sir?
All right, Lap.
Oh, my goodness.
Not your first rodeo either.
Not first Chinese.
Yeah.
I hear Lap now. Do you hear that? No. Steve doesn't have anything. Hold on. No. Hold on. No, he does not.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. You hear me in the truck?
Say something now, guys. Well, I'll just talk to him.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Hello, hello, hello.
You hear the count?
No, I don't.
Over the green, William Bull at the first, hitting his third shot. Gets it to check a little bit. Sherwood in there tight for birdie in this first match of the SEC Finals. Bull with dual citizenship in Norway and the United States.
This is match number 2 of the 2021 SEC Men's Golf Championship. This is the 12:40 starting time. The referee is Mr. Tom Dudley. First on the tee representing Arkansas is Mr. Tyson Reeder.
also a graduate senior from Edmond, Oklahoma. Transferred in from Oklahoma State. Tied A&M's Daniel Rodriguez this morning in the semifinals.
Next on the tee, representing Vanderbilt, please welcome Reed Davenport.
Reeder finds the fairway, and Davenport will be on the tee in just a moment. His teammate Sherwood trying to go one up after one. Well done. Steps into that one.
Walked it in, didn't he?
Commodores with the lead in the first match. Now his teammate Davenport, also from Austin, Texas. And that finds the bunker. So Reeder in good shape there in match 2 for Arkansas. With the SEC champion, Steve Melnick from the Florida Gators, I'm Taylor Zarzer. Steve, you were such an accomplished player as an amateur player and as a professional, but I know team golf is what you live for.
If you had to pick one sport to be a student athlete, to make your way through a university and to compete, golf is the best one by far. And I'm really happy for these young men that they get to compete here at Seaside again, the 20th year they've hosted this championship here. And we've got 2 wonderfully matched teams in the finals today.
Tell us a little bit about the transition going from stroke play to match play. Georgia won the stroke play competition in the first 3 days of team competition, but then they got knocked out in the quarterfinals in match play. It's a brand new ball game.
Match play is really fickle. You know, you look at like Harrison Ott. He didn't have a particularly good 3 days of stroke play. He shot 229, but he's been a giant killer in match play. And I think that's what makes match play so much fun.
We're at the second tee now. After Sherwood won the first.
This is a very difficult driving hole, particularly now back into the breeze. Well done.
See where the hole is cut in the back portion of the green, way back there in the back right.
They told me today that it's going to be tough from a hole location perspective.
So after Bull lost the first, on the tee at the second. Graduate senior from Fairhope, Alabama, splits the fairway there at 2. So you were saying about the difficult conditions today with the wind up here on the Seaside course, and the golf course has really shown its teeth all week long.
I think if players go out this afternoon and think about how do I make par, how do I make par, how do I make par, I think that will be their saving grace, because you won't find many birdies today.
It's hosted this championship for 2 decades now. Just a stunning layout that Tom Fazio redesigned just over 20 years ago, deciding the SEC championship with 2 teams that know what it's like to get it done. Vanderbilt won it in 2017. Arkansas, the 2-year defending champions.
They're no stranger to match play, and a lot of teams that don't embrace it. But I think these 2 teams have, and that's why they're in the finals.
So we'll be here to call the action. Doug Bell will be out on the golf course watching. There's Scott Limbaugh, the head coach of the Commodores, in his 9th season. Won the title the first year of match play in 2017. And then a few weeks later, guided his Commodores to the stroke play championship portion of the NCAA tournament before losing in the Final 4 of match play. Ahead of him in the fairway at 1 is Reeder versus Davenport. Looks like Reeder will go first for the Hogs. Doug Bell's going to watch a little bit of this group before paying most of his attention on Olivo, Pinto, and Ott. Good afternoon, Doug.
Hey, Taylor, I think it's so important to get off to a fast start. As you and Steve have been referring to, the wind is going to gradually just pick up upwards of 20 miles per hour as the day goes on. And when you hit those holes 11, 12, 13, 14 with a wind 20 to 25 miles per hour, I mean, it's fasten your seatbelt. So it's imperative to get off to a fast start. Comebacks will be difficult on this Sunday afternoon. Let's see what Tyson Reeder can do. The lefty. Saw him warming up earlier. He's got about 151 in this whole location, front left, 11 paces on, 7 from the left side. It is really tucked, and the wind blowing from back in his face, but at an angle left to right. Certainly not helping. Shot now from just outside 150 yards, moving it from his left to right. And he'll catch the slope and roll onto the green. That's a good play. He's outside 22, 23 feet. That'll be a birdie try coming up.
So difficult, as Doug said, to gauge the wind there at 1. Can't make a mistake and end up short.
On each of the 2 9s, you go out into the wind and you come back down breeze. So you got to be careful the first 5 holes here at Seaside.
Davenport in the bunker, Doug.
Yep, good lie. The lip really not a factor. And the wind's back in his face at an angle. That sand blows right back into your face. And flies the green, guys, and that is not the shave down area. That's the primary cutter rough behind the green. That'll be tricky.
So a mistake there from Davenport. Back on the tee. There's our individual champion, Segundo Oliva Pinto, getting some more nutrition in his bag. He has had one whale of a week. Won the individual title, beat LSU's Nicholas Arsment 4-2 in the quarterfinals yesterday, and knocked off Texas A&M's Walker Lee 4-2 in the semifinals this morning. His teammate William Bull, 1 down in the fairway at 2.
This flagstick all the way in the back of this very narrow green. And that is almost impossible up and down there because the green runs away from you back there.
2 missed clubs in a row for Bull in the middle of the fairway at 1 and at 2. So Sherwood to take more of an advantage.
It's really tough for a player to save himself. I really can't aim at this flagstick because inherently you want to do it. It's a perfect example why the middle of the green is a good target.
It's a bit surprising to see a 24-year-old graduate senior airmail the green in the first 2 holes. Going up against this true freshman Sherwood with his assistant coach Gator Todd trying to help him navigate the wind here, which has been such a factor. It always is when you come here to the Seaside course.
Got a bit of a break. He lost his tee shot to the right, but the rough held it up.
And that's a good shot in the front of the green. Well, we were talking about the wind and the conditions this week. It is always a factor here on St. Simon's Island.
The weather makes it challenging, especially the wind.
The course is very open, so there's no protection, so you can feel the wind from all angles.
It can be pretty constant around 15 miles an hour, but you know, you get gusts up to 25. Tough thing about it out here is the wind can change every day.
If you're out there struggling hitting the ball, wind will get a hold of it and it'll go wayward, so you got to strike it well.
Definitely need to learn how to flight the ball down. I think actually being from this area helps. So we've kind of dealing with the wind our whole life, really.
It's a really long playing short golf course. It's not really long on the scorecard, but you have to hit some 5 irons and 6 irons into some greens, so you know you have to be good with your long irons.
When it's windy out here, hitting these fairways is really important. Being smart around the greens, not short-siding yourself.
It's a ball striker's golf course, but when you get on the greens and the wind's blowing 20 and a lot can happen. Pars are your friend out here.
Heat, cold, those are always factors, but I think the biggest natural element to contend with on the golf course is always wind. If you can get that done here, you can play anywhere.
I always love the old Scottish line, they win, they golf.
SEC Men's Golf Championship. This is the 12:50 starting time, match number 3. The rules official is Mr. Mike Smith. First on the tee, representing Arkansas, please welcome Segundo Pinto.
Taylor, he was getting treatment for a very sore neck between rounds this morning, and I think he's okay, but he was in the physio areas, they like to say, for some time.
Right here in the corn barn, right behind our broadcast setup, and you had a chance to visit with him for quite some time. He's an impressive young man, junior from Cordoba, Argentina. Will have an opportunity to play in the Latin American Amateur Championship. Who knows, maybe we'll go to Augusta National if he plays the way he has this week.
He has a very infectious personality, kind of a devious little smile to him.
Great start. Now up ahead, this is Tyson Reeder for the Razorbacks to win the first hole, and he comes up about a foot shy. Back on the tee, Harrison Ott for Vanderbilt. As the plane flies over his head and lands a couple 100 yards away.
Shot.
It doesn't faze the senior. Two good ones at the first.
He's been the X factor for Vandy, and he has handled it well.
Let's take a look at the left off the tee.
And what makes it difficult, too, the wind's off your left, and if you try to hit a driver and you don't turn it, you're going to find those bunkers, or you can even go over those bunkers and trees, and that's no good. So you see a lot of players positioning their tee shot. It's not a long second shot in this green, kind of a plateaued green. It rolls off on each side. Flag stick today tucked right behind that bunker.
Love those collection areas that they have here on the Seaside Golf Course. On the green, Reed Davenport.
That was a 16-footer that rolled by on the right side. Remember, he hit it a little thin out of the fairway bunker. That cost him the bogey, so Tyson Reeder goes one up here at 1.
So Vanderbilt leads in the first match, and Arkansas leads in the second. Now match 1, Cole Sherwood, long birdie attempt to win the hole. Not bad, about 4 feet left. Ball has outside 8 feet, it looks like, for par after he hit it over the green. This is where he put it. His assistant coach, Brett Lace, out there helping him read the putt here on the first green. Bull, they send out first here this morning. Coach McMakin put Oliva Pinto in the first group this morning, and he puts Bull in the first group in the afternoon.
Yeah, the experience. We talked about him, a graduate student, the oldest player in the field, if you will. In fact, he's probably qualified for Mid-Amateur Championship at age 25, right?
That's right.
This is actually a pretty good third shot from behind the green because the green slips away from him. This putt is back uphill.
So bogey for Bull, and now Sherwood will have a putt to go 2 up through 2. Freshman from Austin, Texas, from Vandegrift High School. His buddy Reed Davenport playing behind him on the second tee. Went to Westlake High School in the same town. Coach Limbaugh went and got both of them out of Texas. In fact, 4 of the 5 players for Vanderbilt are from the Lone Star State.
2 from Austin, 2 from Texas. 5 of the 9 players on the Vandy team, all from the Lone Star State.
Two up through 2.
Arkansas 5, Vanderbilt 4, Vanderbilt.
The other guy from Austin, Davenport, 1 down on the tee. Well done. Back to the first. Harrison Ott from the fairway, Doug.
About 155 yards. Good angle. He's over on the right side. Hole cut on that left side. Elevated green. And again, that wind fools the players. That ball lands all the way in the back of the green. And you think the wind is really in your face, but it's more at an angle here at 1.
Oliva Pinto knocked off Walker Lee in the semifinals this morning from Texas A&M. Beat Nicholas Arsmit yesterday in the quarterfinals. And as we were saying, Steve, this is a guy that wasn't even in the starting 5 in the last tournament Arkansas played in. Now he's the SEC individual champion.
No, I think Brad McMakin sent a great message. He said, all right, you're better than the way you've been playing. Show me just how good you can be.
140 yards away, guys. And he throws it right behind the pin and spins back. Yes, he's a flamboyant player. That was an excellent shot here at 1, the best we've seen so far.
That neck work that he did just a moment ago certainly paid off. Oh, there's all kinds of spectators here today on St. Simon's Island getting a good look at the SEC championship match.
There I am.
Hello. There
we go. Okay. Readers in the water on 2.
Welcome back. Tyson Reeder one up in his match after winning the first, but found the water, Steve, off the tee at 2, hitting his 3rd shot here.
Really easy to do here with the wind blowing from the left. And just once it gets over this hill, it's likely to find its way to the water. And this shot, very difficult.
Tried to hit the big draw and did, but came up 1 club short. Back on the first green, Harrison Ott for birdie.
Long one from 45 feet, rolls it down to about 5 feet. And so work to be done for Harrison Ott here at 1.
Davenport hitting his 2nd shot.
He's got to believe that par will win the hole. Just be safe, put it in play, keep it under the hole.
He's done just that.
Yep, good play. Stay on. Okay.
Could be 2 putts away from tying things up at the 2nd. What a day. 72 degrees, a little bit of wind. That big storm that came through the entire southeast region of our country is gone. And the individual champion is putting to win the hole at the first, Doug.
10 feet above the hole. Looks like it turns a little bit left to right. Rhythmic stroke, and he rammed it home dead center, and no doubter. And just like that, he's one up.
Maybe we needed some neck work done between matches.
He was a joy to talk to. I think he really, he loves being here. He loves being a part of it. I think, given what we just talked about, he redeemed himself with good play. Why wouldn't you be in a good mood?
At the top of the hour here, Tennessee and Texas A&M are playing baseball on the alternate channel here on SEC Network alternate channel. Here on SEC Network, Cole Sherwood with a terrific chip at the third, already 2 up in his match. So again, Tennessee, Texas A&M baseball over on SEC Network alternate channel. About 5 hours behind schedule due to the storm yesterday afternoon. Manuel Lozada is on the tee at the first. The freshman from Cordoba, Argentina, coming from the same place as Oliva Pinto. Well done. This is Bull, 2 down, has this to cut into that deficit. Not in yet. Tell those greens are quickening up.
Talking to Brandon Veal during the break, our director of golf here at Sea Island, and he said we had not had much rain, and the golf course just absorbed all this moisture. It's really good for it. And now you'd never know that we had all that rain last night.
This is championship speed for the PGA Tour or for the Southeastern Conference. Good 2-putt.
Arkansas 3, Vanderbilt 3. Vanderbilt remains 2 up.
Just love those walking officials giving you the scores as soon as the hole finishes. William Mole, sophomore from Houston.
Trying to turn it right to left with a fairway metal.
Well done. First of 2 guys from Houston on the course. Riedel will be teeing up in a minute on the green. That was the birdie attempt there by Davenport.
But with Rader putting his tee shot in the water, par is good enough. So that match goes back to even.
I would think so.
Well, that's right. They have a long, I guess he's got a long putt for par then. So it was Davenport away, my mistake, and it is now.
Yeah, we both got fooled by that. I think both of us thought that this putt by Reeder was further away, but has to make this to tie the hole.
Sure seems like it was closer than this putt. Now we have a win.
Tie game. Reeder and Davenport tied up. Sherwood off to a great start for Vanderbilt. And the individual champion, Oliva Pinto, wins the first against Harris Anat, and the championship matches are underway. And I just had some lunch. Please give that to anybody that wants it.
I'm good too. I'm good too. Thank you.
No, we threw your. I'm telling you not to rub it in. That's top 5 seafood restaurants ever been to.
It's awesome.
It's unbelievable.
It's awesome. Yeah, LaPera, you know, was in bed at 8:15. You know.
No, he's at the bar until 1 in the morning. I prepaid the check.
I teed you guys up, and you wouldn't even go. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Who's that? What's that? Yeah, that was a couple days ago.
Lane Williams.
No, I know. I'm just worried. I have to figure it.
Lane Williams. We have GSGA. Yeah.
Oh, got it. I got it. Yeah, I see it.
He's a close friend. Was a close friend. Okay. That'd be great. There you go.
Segundo Oliva Pinto, champion golfer from the Southeastern Conference for individual play this week, and won his quarterfinal and semifinal matches in match play. Already one up as he has reached the par 4 second, trying to figure out the wind there, Doug.
Well, the wind is brisk. I'd say right now 15 miles per hour blowing from his left to right. The hole location, these hole locations with the wind, I mean, this is a tough day for these guys. 32 paces on, 5 from the back right-hand corner. And there's a little peninsula that sticks back on the left edge of this green. You don't want to go for this hole location. 140 yards now remaining for Pinto. He backed off for the moment. I mean, with these hole locations, this wind that will pick up as the day goes on, major challenge for these outstanding collegiate players. Pinto quickly puts the club back in the bag. And oh, he went right out of that back corner, just barely, maybe a pace off the back edge of the green. He can putt it from there. That is an aggressive try.
He knew it was pretty good. He was already walking with his bag. Lozada at the first. You see Mole's ball just short of the green. And Lozada takes advantage. Now, Ott has hit his second.
From 125 yards, and he went at that hole location as well. Misses the green, rolls down through the collection area into the primary cut. And we'll see if he can get up and down. That's going to be a tricky one.
That clearly we're going to have to turn up Mr. Melnick's microphone because he has tried to say you can't go long here.
They're young and fearless. I didn't say they were smart.
Now back at the first with Mole off the green, hitting his third shot.
These green surrounds are wonderful. They're paspalum grass. Ball sits up nicely.
Have work to be done there to make his par. The SEC men's golf history dates back to 1937. It's the 81st year we've decided to champion. The tournament goes back to the early 60s. Georgia's won it 29 times. LSU with 16 wins. Florida with 15. Arkansas's won it twice, and Vandy won it for the first time back in 2017. You see the early action. And in just 1 minute from now, Perico and Riedel will be the last match off. Up on the green, a par attempt for Mole. See Lozada's coin there in the far right portion of your screen. That's for birdie.
Mole was solid during the 54-hole stroke play part of this championship. Shot 213.
Well done. Lozada will still have a putt to win the hole here in just a moment. We mentioned that last match. Here is
the man that clinched the title for Arkansas 2 years ago, Julian Perico from Lima, Peru.
What a celebration it was.
He's headed left. He's been fighting his swing this week. Lost both of the matches he's played so far here in match play. Go up against Matthew Riedel, another man from Houston, a sophomore. Beat Alabama's Davis Shore this morning.
If you're going to hit driver here, you got to be left.
That was a quick hook into the trees.
Yeah. That's why I think it's the wrong club off the tee.
Now to win the hole, Lozada to go one up. To the third match, Oliva Pinto to go two up.
17 feet away, we'll use the putter from off the back of the green. Smooth transition onto the dance floor with a chance to go in, and it just missed on the left side. Oh, that was close.
There's the coin of Ott. That's left for par. Oliva Pinto looks like he is in full control this week.
It's like he can't wait to get to the next tee.
It's a great feeling. We'll get to Ott's putt in just a second. This is Reeder up ahead of him to win the third, and he doesn't like it immediately. Didn't hit it.
Ball got stuck to his club face.
Put a coin down as he's tied with Davenport. Now the par putt for Ott.
From 10 feet, and that drifts right, so suddenly Pinto now 2 up on Harrison Ott.
2 quick wins for the Razorbacks in match 3. 2 quick wins for Vanderbilt in match 1. And the other 3 matches are tied. It's Davenport and Reeder here at the par 3 third. Davenport, the junior from Austin, Texas.
The rules official there left of your screen, that's Tommy Dudley, an old friend from Jacksonville. I have to brag on him. Last year he was named the Joseph C. Dye Award winner as a Volunteer of the Year for the USGA. Great to have him out here.
It is. And he has a tremendous amount of dirt on Mr. Melnick, too.
He loves the game of golf. Golf game's not very good, but his rules officiating is excellent.
So Davenport makes bogey, and Reeder can win the hole if he taps this one in. We have such tremendous caretakers of the game that are out here. We already saw Jim Brown announcing the holes at the first, past president of the Texas Golf Association. He came up to me and said, "What time are we starting?" I said, 12:30. He said, "Okay, I got a 4 o'clock flight." Reeder goes one up. There's Tommy announcing the result with Reeder going one up over Davenport. Arkansas and Vanderbilt for the Southeastern Conference title on Sea Island. St. Simon's Island. Seaside course here at Sea Island Golf Club. Arkansas has the early lead in 2 matches, and Vanderbilt has the lead in 1. And this is where Vandy has the lead. Cole Sherwood is 2 up on William Bowl, who's using putter off the green at 4.
Boy, that close to going in the penalty area behind him.
Gator Todd, the assistant coach, is going to come in and look at things, and they're going to concede it because Sherwood had a bogey putt left. So Sherwood's lead is now only 1 through 4 holes. Bull had to stand in the bunker to read that putt. Now gets to work. This is Lozada at the 2nd hole, tied up with William Mole. Great shot.
Good leave.
Just a moment ago, on the 3rd tee, Harrison Ott lost the first 2 holes to Segunda Oliva Pinto. He never even watches his shots.
It's almost flagrant. All right, I know I hit it well. I'm going to pick my tee up. Take that. Well, watch what happens with his opponent here.
Yeah, well, it's almost like a walk-off in baseball. Don't even need to see where it went. Inside 10 feet, and
he didn't flip the club like they flipped the bat, but it was close. You know?
So Ott's already in trouble now. Losing the first 2 holes, and your opponent is inside 10 feet for birdie at the challenging 3rd. Needs an answer as that wind looks like it's freshening from left to right.
You've got to ride the wind if you want to get it close. You've got to start it out over the edge of that bunker, let it fall right, which is what he did.
Boy, did he. Look at this.
Wow.
Tap in birdie for Ott, and he needed it. Final match on the course is on the green. Matthew Riedel has this putt left for birdie to win the hole. Perico has already made his 4.
Played a beautiful shot off the hard pan left. Remember, he pulled his tee shot. Made a great play from there.
Well judged. Oh, and just short. So they're tied after the first hole. They go to the 2nd. Now up to the 3rd green. Oliva Pinto picked up Ott's mark, so Ott made birdie. Oliva Pinto to stay 2 up, Doug.
Well, Taylor, Harrison Ott thought he had a hole-in-one. The ball was nestled right behind the stick, about 10 inches in the shadow, and they were laughing coming up. Both players were laughing. Pinto did concede the putt, but can now tie him with this birdie putt from 7 feet away. Downhill very fast. It'll break from his left to right.
I mean, that's Kevin Na doesn't do that. I mean, as soon as he makes contact, he starts walking.
2, Vanderbilt 2, Arkansas still 2 up.
We've got to get Na some video of this. He's been outdone.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that at this level.
We're having trouble with the camera.
He is on fire all week.
Pretty good push there.
And you know, you've got to be right to do something like that. It's not like, well, I'm going to hit it maybe when it, but as soon as he hit it, watch it, he starts before it's halfway there.
Come on.
Nice half.
Wow. 2 twos at the 3rd. Back on the 2nd green, Lozada has this to win the hole. Got the jacket on now. Mike Oliva Pinto, he's also from Cordoba, Argentina, following his buddy to Fayetteville.
And then Perico, the third member from South America, from Lima, Peru.
Quite the international flavor for Coach McMakin's team. In his 15th season as the head hog.
I'd like to hear the conversation as McMakin goes to his AD and says, "Excuse me, I'm flying into Buenos Aires. I'm on a recruiting trip."
That's a tough sell, isn't it? I would think all three of those guys would be in the Latin American Amateur Championship next January. It'd be great to have that event back.
Sure would.
Augusta National's done such great work with those events.
I was at the Masters this year, and I get invited back every year. And we typically have the amateur dinner on Monday night. They didn't have it this year, but they normally have 6 amateurs that are invited. They only had 3 amateurs playing in the tournament this year. So yeah, it was. Let's find some normalcy to this game, will you?
Amen. Latin American, the Asia Pacific, and the U.S. Mid-Am all weren't able to be contested this year. Mole for par, knocks it in. And they are tied through the second hole. Up on the tee at the 4th hole. Let's see how long Oliva Pinto watches this one, Doug.
Well, he's an impressive young man. I love the camaraderie between the two players, even though they're going at each other. I really congratulated him on that last birdie, and now lets it fly over on the right side, just in the first cut, and that's not a bad angle either out here at this dogleg left.
It's the safe shot.
Again, a difficult tee shot. Wind from the left, narrow landing area.
Ott now, after almost making an ace on the par 3 third.
Quickly picking up the tee, and he's right down the middle. You know, he is so fast, guys. He's got to be one of the fastest collegiate players in the country. He wastes little time.
First match has made its way up to the 5th hole. Bull versus Sherwood. Bull now just 1 down in the match. This is what he has left.
Big dog leg right here. You can't flirt with the penalty area, which is the marsh on your right. So a lot of guys bail out there.
Good shot. I love what the architects of this course, Colt, Allison, and then to some degree Fazio, have done with 4 and 5. You got to hit a draw on 4. You got to hit a cut on 5.
Yeah.
So Sherwood in the first cut.
He obviously hit driver, cut off the corner of the dog leg around the marsh. This is shot of about 100 yards in.
Shouldn't have a problem with this tree.
Nope, up and over.
Waiting for it to see where it ended up. Might have been too strong. We'll check on that in just a moment as Sherwood is protecting his 1-shot lead on a beautiful Sunday afternoon on St. Simon's Island for the SEC Men's Golf Championship.
Welcome back to the SEC Men's Golf Championship. This is the fourth green. Tyson Reeder is one up in his match versus Reed Davenport. This to win the hole. He has been rolling the rock and almost made another. Behind him, Segundo Oliva Pinto is waiting to hit his second shot. He's 2 up in his match through 3 holes. The SEC individual champion.
Started out his collegiate career, Taylor, at UNC Wilmington. Played there for 2 years, played very well. Reached out to Brad McMakin and said, you know, I want to get better. I want to come to the Arkansas program.
Up ahead on the green, Davenport. Well done. Had to have it to tie the hole and stays 1 down. And you were mentioning Oliva Pinto coming over from UNCW. He was the Colonial Athletic Association Player of the Year 2 years ago, won 4 tournaments for the Seahawks. And he is striping it right now.
Is he ever? Whatever treatment he got between rounds worked. Fun to watch, though.
Wow, you're seeing some kind of golf right now, Doug.
Well, it's impressive. And the thing about Pinto, a lot of young players, I mean, they hit it one direction, right to left, right to left. He's working at both directions. We've seen it early in this championship match. Left to right, that was a right to left shot. Now Ott will try to follow, moving his from right to left. About 165 is Ott's number. And that's, just off the green on the left side, but he can putt it as well. 2 excellent shots here at a difficult par 4.
Good shot. Well, a week ago at Greystone Golf and Country Club, the SEC Women's Golf Championship was decided between the Auburn Tigers and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Here we go with a recap of the action.
Greystone Country Club's par 5 18th often inspires fear. For some, that is.
I really hit a huge drive to the downslope on the right side, 155 yards, and I just had an 8-iron to the pin. I just aimed at it. I was like, just let's go.
She went all right. That's South Carolina's Pauline Rusin-Bouchard going straight for the flag, leading to a tap-in eagle and a bogey-free third-round 65. She won the individual stroke play title by 2 shots as the SEC Conference crowned its champions. The team title was next. 5 matches to see who would prevail. Auburn, the 3rd seed, or the upstarts, Mississippi State, that eliminated the top-ranked LSU Tigers in the semifinals. Match 1 reached the 18th, and Auburn's Kaylee Telfer turned up the heat.
Very well done to win the match. And Auburn wins the first match.
In match 2, Mississippi State's Ashley Gillum needed a birdie on 18 to extend her match with Megan Schofield.
Oh, and it just hits the left edge. And Auburn's up 2-0.
The dagger was delivered by Elena Walde-Zuniga on 16. Her birdie meant Hannah Levi would need to answer or else.
The Tigers have won the Southeastern Conference for the 10th time in school history.
So it's my privilege to present the 2021 SEC Women's Golf Tournament Championship Trophy. Auburn University Women's Golf Team. Ladies, why don't you grab that big trophy? It is yours.
War Eagle in Hoover last Sunday to the Auburn Tigers. Vandy, you'd love to say anchor down again, as they did 4 years ago, and that slides by for Matthew Riedel on the second green. This man was yelling Woo Pig Suey 2 years ago with the clinching putt for Arkansas to win their second SEC title. Julian Perico
He actually went to school at Montverde Academy, which was a basketball hotbed. You know, so many players go from there to Division I programs. And interesting, he went there to play golf as well.
Plays with a lot of fire. Harrison Ott for the Commodores, just off the 4th green, Doug. Might need to make another one here.
Yeah, no doubt. He's 14 feet away. There's just a little hump as he gets onto the dance floor that could cause this ball to carry him slightly off line. Looks smooth, though.
Ooh.
Oh, the door now open again for Pinto to maybe go 3 up.
That was nice.
That was 3 feet, and Alifa Pinto says you can have that. This one's going in. He walked the last one in as soon as he hit it. 64, 72, 68, 6 under par in tough conditions on Wednesday through Friday. Won his quarterfinal match yesterday morning and his semifinal match this morning, and already has made a couple of birdies in the early going as he's reached the 4th green.
You know what really impresses me about his consistency, Taylor, is that 46 of his 47 rounds he played throughout the year counted as a score for the team. Now, that's almost unheard of.
You have 5 guys, you count the top 4 scores. You would think there's going to be at least a handful of times where you don't have your best stuff, but he has been riding some confidence into Sea Island, Doug.
Well, it's 11 feet through the shadow, and it will turn from left to right. Got to marry the line with the speed.
Ooh.
And so they tie the 4th hole, and Alifa Pinto remains 2 up.
Vanderbilt 4. Arkansas 2 up through 4.
We saw a moment ago Cole Sherwood in the first match for Vanderbilt in trouble. He would end up losing the 5th. And so that match is now tied.